14th, 2018. It is a Tuesday, and not the best Tuesday that we've seen. So going into today, we did have a watch list. Let me bring that up real fast. So we had ABIL and THST. ABIL lost all of its gains yesterday, but keep this on the back burner as it could ease up over 857 and do a massive run. So ABIL, I posted this one right before they released their share offering, their direct offering. So right now this is done for. You can see had a massive sell in pre-market because they released direct offering news right here, which essentially means that they have entered into an agreement with institutional investors, and they're going to unload shares to those investors for a price of $4.60, meaning that they knew that their stock was way overpriced. If they're selling it at such a deep discount of almost half off, that's going to cause lots of panic selling, and that's going to cause a stock to collapse. Next stock we had was THST. And after hours news play, they were unloading their wholesale wine business for $18 million in cash. And this one got a very big pump in the pre-market. Said has a low float of under 5 million shares and had news yesterday. Has resistance at 325 high of day and support at 250. Other than that, this chart is very overextended on the daily chart and is going to have a ton of shorting. So, saw the classic morning sell-off happen out the gates, and kind of bounced off of this level that I noted here in watch list. The way that I got that level 2 daily chart, you can see 7th spiked up, it resisted at that level, and then 325 was just from the pre-market there. So I did not buy the dip. Now it seems like today would have been more definitely more reasonable, like, to try these dip buys, just because every single time we saw any stock show any type of strength and start to get up near its breakout levels, it would just sell off and collapse. So THST, I played this one because I kind of saw this cup and handle pattern form. So you can see that on the morning high we have kind of this area at 308, 310-ish. That level, this very nice cup that's drawn out. So there's the cup. Here was the handle. We kind of saw this, and I bought the breakout of this handle. I actually got in at 305. Then after 305, it was just kind of stagnating and really doing nothing, which kind of, you know, nerve-wracking, because you're expecting a breakout and you're expecting big buying volume, but then you just don't get it. And that's going to cause people who bought that breakout, who bought the cup and handle break, to start to sell because they're not getting that instant gratification, that instant breakout volume. So you had to pop up to 319 like very quickly. It pulled back off. Lots of people who short loaded into that area, probably because there's so much volume right there, and because it's still under the 325 area. So after that big candle, we had one last minute of very low volume, and then right in this candle we had a huge wave of selling, like a massive wave of selling. And right when I saw that, I had my finger on the trigger, so I took a market order and sold, and I got out surprisingly at a win of 5 cents, which is, you know, not really a win. It's barely a win, but I just got really lucky that I did not have my fill down in the 280s or 70s. So that one didn't work out, and that just kind of like set the tone for the rest of the day. Everything that was going to pop out just had lots of shorting pressure, lots of shorting volume, and lots of selling volume. Just couldn't go anywhere. So definitely today was a lot slower than yesterday, even though yesterday wasn't that great. Had a lot more buying pressure, and at least we had some breakouts. Today there's none at all. We also had DCAR pop up. This one was, you know, not the strongest in the morning. It went up like 25 cents a share. Not bad. But then after that, it just collapsed and went nowhere and very liquid. Next, after THST, we were looking at IDRA. So this out of here. Speaking of IDRA, it looks like it's breaking out again. That's just another fake out breakout. So you can see all this just sets the tone. IDRA, I was watching this one because on the daily chart we had a very nice breakout area at the 796 $8 mark. So wanted to watch for that potential, and now we're finally seeing IDRA break on and spike. Alrighty, so IDRA, I played this one down here, looking at this kind of flat top wedge triple top form. I bought the break of this. I feel that's 795 with a quick pop up to 805. Then we pulled back down, and it was kind of the same exact thing as THST, where we have this nice breakout that just has no volume, and then it just stays stagnant, just does nothing. Came back down, bounced again, that $8 mark, and it stayed super low volume, and then it just collapsed. And at this point, I just wanted to get out because it wasn't getting that big breakout potential. It wasn't getting that big spike. And the main thing that I was worried about was a big sell-off, just like we saw on THST. When a stock just is sitting at its breakout level and is doing nothing, that's the biggest chance to have people who are going to panic sell, because like I said, people who are buying the breakout, expecting a big breakout move, if they don't get that, they're going to start selling. And then when they sell, other people are going to be selling too. And when they sell, it's just going to be a domino effect of selling and shorting. So essentially, once I saw IDRA just do nothing and sit there when it was supposed to be breaking out, I just wanted to get out for a 5-cent loss. Last one I traded was PIS. Now, I don't really know why I traded this one. Like I said, it wasn't really my pattern. I usually don't trade stocks in the red on the day. So overall, the main thing with today is that I didn't trade it too well. I didn't focus on my A-quality setups of waiting for those obvious breakouts in the midday. I was trying to be a bit more aggressive in the morning, and that it costed me. I didn't take any big losses, but I definitely lost today. But on TIS, I noticed that we were making this kind of like a flat top wedge here against this area. So once that broke, I bought it. Now, TIS was a big runner yesterday. It had resistance at 265, so this was kind of becoming like a mid-candle breakout pattern. I expected it to, have some more follow through. So we had that breakout 215. I got it long, and my plan was to sell into this red to green area. So right in this 236 area, and we main thing on TIS is that we had this kind of trend line. So this is like a trend line trade, where all you need to do is draw a trend line on the stock and just wait until it dips, buy into the dips, and eventually take your profits into a spike. So my plan was to sell into the 232, 233 area, just under that red to green area, because I expected there to be lots of people who are going short using that red to green as resistance. And because we are having no breakouts, I'm not going to plan for a breakout because it's just not happening. I want to sell into resistance. And this one actually did hit 232, but right when it did, I was grabbing water, and when I came back, it was down at 226. Didn't want to sell at 226, and eventually got stopped out at 222. So break of the trend lines where I got out. Essentially, locate a trend line trade, and just keep holding it until the trend line breaks. Once it breaks, you can imagine that everyone else who also sees that trend line is going to start selling and shorting, because obviously the trend has changed. So there's no point to hold on to it anymore. So overall, that's just a quick recap of today. Not the best day, not the worst day, no big losses, thankfully, but just, adding into those small losses, but that's just fine. As we know, as my history shows, even if I take a few small losses, all it takes is that one nice solid trade to, make it all back and more.